Root Gaming take on VoidBoys, and we are in Game 3 hype. Game number 1, pretty dominant performance from Root Gaming. Game number 2, they had another impressive start, but this time maybe they got a little too overzealous. And I don't want to say they exactly threw it away, but they definitely gave a lot to VoidBoys to come back. And they held on to it, and they just kind of took control. And now we're in Game 3, and we'll find out which team is going to be moving on forward into the finals to face the potential winner of our next series, which is going to be Union Gaming taking on Complexity. And remember, all of these teams are battling it out for just one spot, and that one spot will put them side by side with Not Today, Team Tinker, and Summoner's Rift. Those four teams duke it out in a double elimination bracket for the one spot to represent America at the Red Bull Battlegrounds event. Should be really exciting stuff, so I can see why a lot of these teams are really nerd sweating it out. They want that opportunity to perform there in San Francisco. It's going to be super awesome, but until we get there, we got to make a way from here. So let's start things off. Here for Beyond the Summit, I'm KotLGuy, bringing you the English coverage, and I'm joined once more from Ryu Boris. Welcome back, friend. We're into a Game 3 hype. Be prepared. This could be another long day of Dota action. I hope you're ready for it. Hello, Ryu?
I'm good. I'm good.
Okay. Hi. How you feeling?
10 seconds remaining.
I'm okay, man. I'm okay.
All right.
I'm good here.
Let's hype it up, man. It's Game 3. Woo!
It's Game 3.
It's Game 3. I'm ready.
Game 3.
Who is going to take it? We have been proven that VoidBoys, even with these two stand-ins in their mysterious orange player who is not Pat Soul and their 747 stand-in. Now, they're both replacing who I thought were their best two players in Beyond and Pat Soul. But they just showed us in Game 2 they still have a lot of spunk and they could still get a win. And Root Gaming, this time, they might need to kind of make sure they secure this one. So it's close, man. The odds had it as a slight favorite, I believe, for Root Gaming. It was pretty close, though. It was like a 50-50 split. So it's feeling like it so far. We'll have to see, though, for Game 3. Yeah?
10 seconds
I mean, this game,
remaining.
it should be like I don't know, man. I'm like
Dire
really
team
conflicted
bad.
between Root Gaming and VoidBoys, right? Root Gaming seemed to it kind of looked like they could have won that pretty easily. We said they got outpicked. We thought they both got we thought that VoidBoys got outpicked,
Dire team
but then Root Gaming managed to outplay themselves, it felt like. And this game, Storm Spirit, man, I love watching this hero. It's definitely very good. And I'm interested to see in the right hands what somebody can do. So this game, they might not be doing a 4 protect 1. They're going to have some cores, but still, Puck last game was definitely a core. And really well played from him. Shout outs again to 747.
remaining.
Really well played. And Clockwork and Storm, man, that's
5 seconds
their
remaining.
mojo, right? They played Clockwork last game with Puck. They have a lot of initiation, so they really love these
Reserve
heroes.
time.
Omega Poner did a lot of work. I mean, it was a bit shaky at first. He had a couple of whiffed hook shots, but then he got that big Aegis snag, and he's got to set a lot of things up. He was really the barricade for his team, and it really seemed to get Root perplexed on who they could really focus. It kept, you know, like Fluff back in at bay. He was in there to kind of pull them apart, and it was a really, really nice job. So I'm not surprised to see them go for it here within their first 2 pickups, and they're going right for the potential counters for Storm Spirit. They are going to eliminate the Phoenix. They eliminate the Disruptor. And this comes, of course, after the prominent bans of Batrider and Axe. And on Root Gaming side, you got to get rid of Troll and Sniper just because it's Troll and Sniper. Now they eliminate the Chen, which did do a lot of nice work for VoidBoys. And now the Vengeful Spirit's just going to go. So I'm curious to see what kind of options they're going to pick up here to take it back to the Storm Spirit. We don't know yet exactly what these two ladies and Queen of Pain and Lena are going to be doing. Either of them could be a mid lane. We could be a Lena support. We'll have to see. Always the first option that seems to pop out to me now that Disruptor has been banned out. You can get something like a nice little silencer. Skywrath Mage is something they ran previously, though Jason maybe doesn't want to revisit that. It was a hard game for him. But you know, it is what it is, and it looks like for now they get the Lion. Lion's an excellent grab. I mean, 2 forms of lockdown. Storm Spirit jumps in there. He thinks he has an easy pick onto whoever it may be, and then suddenly a Lion appears, you know, whether he's running in or blinking in. and Storm has really nowhere to
Dire
go. It's an
team
insta-hex, followed up with an Earth Spike, and Storm Spirits typically don't like to go with the BKB sooner than later. But against this kind of a lineup with Lina, Queen of Pain, and Lion, he might need to consider going a bit defensive. We'll see.
Yeah, it's interesting to see. Normally, Lion's a great counter to Storm Spirit, but in this game, there's a Clockwork, so Clockwork should be countering out the Lion every chance he can get. And
10 seconds
well, with the
remaining.
Zeus pickup here, this looks like it should be a support Zeus, and
5 seconds
very
remaining.
interesting to see how it's gonna work out for them, because
Reserve time.
normally you get the Zeus, as we talked about a lot of times before, to cancel out the Blink
Anti-mage.
daggers, right?
Mhm.
But you have a built-in Blink dagger with Queen of
Radiant
Pain and now an
team.
Anti-Mage, so it's only going to be really canceling out the Lion, maybe scouting out where everybody's going around the map. And well, with this Anti-Mage pickup, you've got to love it. It's against the Zeus, it's against the Storm. You have all these big men of Void targets, and VoidBoys kind of going to be scratching their heads in this one to find a counter to this Anti-Mage now.
Yeah, the Anti-Mage is really going to be
10
able to hit
seconds
hard.
remaining.
That Storm Spirit makes an overcommitted jump, and next thing you know, Anti-Mage is going to be
Dire team banned.
in a highlight reel really soon with a huge mana void. So they got to be careful of that. Nice little counter grab here with your Rubik, and with that, he could have easy access to a blink. And, you know, a quick snag of a blink from Anti-Mage allows him to get that easy
10
initiation with the
seconds remaining.
telekinesis. He's already got a plethora of other options here between the
5
Lion, Queen of
seconds
Pain, and
remaining.
Lina. I mean, this is just kind of like a dream come true for your Rubik, so not really surprised to see
Reserve
that
time.
one. I'm anticipating this is going to be a support Zeus, considering we already have a Clockwork as an off lane and potentially a Storm Spirit as a mid laner, though they have had Pat Soul run a safe lane Storm Spirit from time to time. Now, I don't think this is Pat Soul. I don't know if he plays a Storm Spirit.
10
They could
seconds
decide to change up the
remaining.
mid lane. You know, we'll have to see with the 5th pick. But overall, pretty solid
Radiant
stuff.
team banned.
Good map presence as well with your Zeus. You know, we see some teams occasionally pull out something funky like a Night Stalker to really take advantage of that global, but we'll have to see. Other than that, maybe a Spectre could be the option. It was something they loved to run all the
10
time before
seconds
for
remaining.
Pat Soul. You already got a Zeus there. You got a Rocket. You got a way to
5
quickly jump in
seconds
with both
remaining.
Storm and Clockwork. Kind of seems to me Spectre could be an option. I mean, do you have any
Reserve
sort of
time.
impression as far as Anti-Mage versus Spectre in the late game?
I think Anti-Mage wins that and straight up man fights, but Spectre can kill off the enemy supports like Lion and Lina pretty easily. Queen of Pain has a good time. She can blink out, and she'll probably have a BKB too, so it'll be interesting to see. I would think Void was the Van by Root Gaming was really key there. I really think Void was the best option for them, trying to lock down, you know, the Anti-Mage. And
Dire team pick.
well, it's kind of it's interesting to see though. But Root Gaming here are going to be going for possibly an off lane or possibly a mid. They can run the Quap in the off lane. I mean, what do they want to run? Again, I mean, Storm's great against Quap's great against Storm, but do they want to pick up another hero that could really secure them? Okay, this is just some hate on Storm Spirit. I wouldn't even
Radiant
want to
pick.
play this game right now if I was Storm Spirit. This is like, you can't even, you have to go for an Orchid first on Storm, and then you have to get a BKB immediately. You can't go Bloodstone this game. Even rushing the Soul Ring, I don't know if you can do that either. So this would be very interesting to see.
A lot of hate on the mana overall here with your Anti-Mage and your Nyx Assassin. You know, sometimes this Nyx Assassin pops up, good counter
10
towards someone like,
seconds
you know,
remaining.
obviously your Storm Spirit, but we also see him picked up time to time against like a Medusa
5
pick.
seconds
Against the
remaining.
Bat Rider can work out pretty good. But in this kind of lineup, you know,
Reserve
there's
time.
definitely some strong potential, and he has opportunities to make some quick picks also once he gets that Vendetta underway. You can go for the Zeus. We'll have to be cautious. You know, doesn't want to get too close to that static passive and risk being spotted
10
out. But
seconds remaining.
a solid grab overall. And now we look to VoidBoys here, who
5
I
seconds
anticipate
remaining.
being either... Okay,
You're right.
I'm never right, though.
And you're always right, dude.
I'm always right now.
Yep.
It's a Spectre, and you know it's something VoidBoys have gone for pretty frequently. You know, Pat Soul was typically their core player to roll with it, and with good reason. If you've ever taken the time to check out Pat Soul in
Prepare
his
for
like
battle.
Dota buff profile rather, he is the #1 Spectre in the game right now. You know, above anyone and everyone. But we'll have to see if this mysterious orange player, who apparently is not Pat Soul, if he can kind of do it justice here. And we'll find out in a moment as we get Game 3 underway here in this best-of-3 challenge. One team to move on forward and face the winner of our next series in Union Gaming vs. Complexity. The other team, well, their Red Bull Battlegrounds journey will come to a close. And I'll lead off introductions here. Root Gaming side, we're going to have their captain and drafter. We have Fluff playing their Nyx Assassin. He's side by side here with Guanzo playing once again the Queen of Pain, a hero he's been playing a lot as of recent. Nearby, we got Mr. Jason, also known as Fun. He's going to be playing your Lion. TC is now going to be playing what looks like a mid lane Lina, and that leaves Mr. Monkeys Forever on your safe lane farming anti-mage. It looks like potentially an aggro lane is in the works here. This is more of a support style Nyx Assassin, I assume, with Fluff picking it up. So it's very interesting role and lane assignments coming out from the Root Gaming side. And well, there's the sound of the horn. And Ryu, I'd love for you to introduce VoidBoys as long as there is not a tift here, and it looks like there won't be. So please, my great handsome friend, would you do me the honors, please?
All right, we got Hawaii. I'm gonna say X1. It's really hard to say. Playing the Rubik. We've got the mysterious Spectre player here, playing Spectre, obviously. Fly gonna be going back to base because he did use up 3 bolts of arc to deward out, playing the Zeus. And 747 playing the mid lane here, Storm Spirit. Omega Poner playing the Clockwork once again, as he did a really good job last time.
Yeah, we'll see if he could do a good job here. He's going to be stuck against an anti-mage. He's already dishing out a pretty aggressive cog to knock him back and drain a little bit of mana, but here comes Jason, and he's going to do funky fresh things like poke at him, leads him with an Earth Spike, but he knows that he can't really go toe-to-toe with him too much. Doesn't want to eat too much damage, but he can definitely look to zone him back. And he also gets a nice little cheeky D-ward. So good early bonus to him. And now he's going to try to keep this Omega Poner Apocalypse in check. And with that, Monkeys Forever should get more room to farm it on up. And let's touch base. For the 3rd game straight, they're going to run with this kind of dual lane action, where they have Fluff hand-in-hand with their off-laner here. And this time it's going to be Guanzo. So what can your Nyx Assassin really do as the +1? It's not easy for him to really get in there and harass, but he can set up a quick stun, and he can poke him a bit with a mana leak. But is there really anything else? It's just something we don't see very often. Okay, well,
right
there.
And they have a lot of harassment. I mean, if they had saved the Shadow Strike, that would have been a death on the Rubik. But they also had the Blink Dagger to work with Queen of Pain, so I mean, this is pretty good if you think about it, though. Fluff is not going to be, as long as he just gets his mana burn up and gets, you know, a relatively fast level 6, it should be really good for him. And DGCY Fly probably gonna die. Oh my!
And I cried.
He's gonna get the Rigonzo down though. First blood going to the mysterious guy, and the deny coming in from Rubik in your face.
What a player! So they get first blood, and they allow Root to get nothing from it. Now Fluff could be in a little bit of trouble here. He's trying to get in front for a little bit more body block action. There's a TP to come in because he certainly needs the assistance. Guanzo should show up. Step back. Nice 2-man stun. And he will be able to make away with his life. But he's hit pretty hard. And here comes Guanzo.
Mid lane. Haste
back from the
Rune
dead.
coming in. Omega Poner. He's going to burn out the... Oh, but they don't have enough for him. And 747 is in trouble. They've got the Lagoon, the Light Structure away. That's an easy kill.
Oh, man. Action all over the place. Omega Poner also ate a lot of damage from that tower. He had to step off and get a salve. And bottom lane, they were not able to get that finished blow onto the Rubik, so he'll be able to walk all the way back to base and be fine. But we're already off to the races here. It says 2 for 1 for Root, but it is technically a 1 for 1 as there was the deny. And now Omega Poner is playing himself in the mid lane, gonna get stunned up. Here comes the assistance, but Fluff TP's into a cog, and it will bump him back. So the follow-up stun will not be there. And with that, he'll just have to pull back and away. So everyone getting all over the place here.
Too, because he went mid lane to get those ganks, right? He could have been level probably 4 or 5 by now if he just went back top. So this is very bad for the Clockwork. Try to help out the Storm Spirit mid, and with Storm going down like that, this is just gonna be a fast level 6 for Lina, and Storm cannot go back into this lane. They have nothing to really help him. So now that they're behind on the back foot here for VoidBoys, it's not looking good for their off lane, their mid, and their safe lane. So once again, Root are going to be winning all 3 lanes here. And are they going to transition better this time? I think so.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully it's a lesson learned for Root. If you're big on your Root Gaming fanboyism, and oh, they might get more here and fly, and he does go down. Guanzo's able to get the sneaky pick right there, and they kind of second guess making a committed go onto Rubik. He's still holding the telekinesis, so it's not going to be an easy grab, and they decide to pull back instead. So another grab for them, and you know, as you pointed out, 747 not really having the easiest time. Going to be forced to bottle up now as he tries to continue to farm up on the sidelines in the meantime. He's just about a fresh level 5. But we have TC, look at this, level 6, waiting on the side for Storm Spirit to show himself. He's actually taking control of this mid lane. And I know TC likes to play off lane a lot. He played in the last game, but he really does a lot of great work in the mid lane. But they're making it go bottom lane now for Spectre. There's the stun, but a telekinesis does come in and help out from your Rubik. So a little bit of flirting, a little bit of footsie. No commitment, but top lane, yeah, it's all over the place here. Omega Poner could be in trouble, but I say that it's Jason who's going to be hit hard from the battery assault. Big stun connects on both. Looks like they'll get Jason down. They will. Will Monkeys Forever get to something? No, he can't. He has to blink and get away. So VoidBoys able to get something themselves here at the top.
Yep. Yeah, that's a good return kill on the Lion. And that's going to be your faster level 6 for Clockwork here, putting a lot of pressure on them. But still, if you look at the CS, this Spectre only has 12 at 5 minutes in, getting constantly harassed down here. This is not fun. And well, Storm Spirit did just get his level 6, so top lane though.
Yeah, they just don't stop. They actually managed to get a hold of a Mega Poner with the return from Jason. He's able to set that up with the Hex, it looks like. And it's Monkeys Forever who gets the kill. Your anti-mage off to a beautiful start. When you put that into huge contrast, he's at 31 and 11 CS, nice CS, and he gets a kill. I mean, Spectre definitely has her work cut out for her at this point. Still just kind of sporting her boots and pro-man shield, but there is a fun jubilee of items already on the way in this very shiny Roshan Courier to help out a bit, but she is a couple of steps behind, and it's credit to this kind of dual lane setup that keeps that pressure on her.
Yep, and TC going for the tread, so not going for that immediately fast Yule Scepter here. Maybe wanting to survive the Storm Spirit if they zip, and well, Nyx Assassin could get a kill here. This is not, it's not gonna happen.
Now he's the one in trouble. Carapace will get the brief stun on 747, but there's that ball lightning now being shown off. It's gonna be Rubik who gets the last hit. Fluff goes down, very ambitious, trying to go for the little catch on the support, but it's not that easy, Fluff. Maybe you got to wait for a couple more levels, have that Vendetta ready to go, and then things could be becoming a little bit easier here.
Bottom lane.
Oh!
Wow.
A wild TC appears
Radiant's bottom tower
for that haste
is
rune
under attack.
and gets the pick. Spectre goes down, and Root Gaming fire back just like that. This time they're in good shape. Very good shape. And they have great snowball heroes to make it work. And then they always have that nice little security plan of an anti-mage to fall back on. This is a great start. It's pressure on VoidBoys to get it done. And Ryu, we casted, I believe, a match yesterday where we got to witness what happens when a Storm Spirit can't really do a whole lot in that mid game. You know, starting off at like, what, 0 and 3 or something, and he just struggles. And you don't want that to happen. You want to be bringing in lots of momentum. You don't want to have to get a Bloodstone or something and be getting no charges. But he's already got a lot of work cut out for him, because this is like one of those kind of games you got to consider getting a BKB at some point. But it looks like it might have to wait and come after a Soul Ring and potentially an Orchid.
Yeah, you don't want to have that in this game, but still, I'm even more worried for the Spectre being shut down so hard. She can't even farm anywhere, right? You can't even farm solo against an anti-mage. You can't farm solo against Alina. You can't farm solo against a Quap. This hero, it's kind of like you might have to do what EG Fear does. You might have to go for a Mask of Madness and just farm your jungle. Else, this hero can't really do anything right here. It's just not looking good for them.
And Fluff is not making it easy for her. He keeps poking her with that mana leak when he can. Or mana drain, I guess it technically is, right? Mana burn, sorry.
Radiant's
One of them
bottom
freaking
tower
mana
is
reducing
under
spells
attack.
as they come
Just
around. It's just like when I mix up Impale and Earth Spike from Lion. It's like they're both Impales. They look the exact same. I mean, please. Top lane, they're making it go. Ooh. Try to get Monkeys Forever, but he's able to easily blink out from trouble.
Yep, they really don't have any lockdown for him too. It's only a Storm Spirit, and we see Storm Spirit having a Electric Vortex. So Monkeys Forever should be having a fairly open time. Mid lane though, they're initiating. Spectre ulti. Jason's gonna go down here.
Yeah, he tried to come in to help out Guanzo, who was in Viz, but he was not expecting them to have a sentry in the mid lane. So he walks into it, they ping it out, and they quickly turn onto him, already having a TP coming in conveniently for them. And it just kind of ends up being a backfire there for Root. Just kind of bad timing and bad luck with that sentry. And speaking of which, they actually have their own sentry here. They get a nice little free 50 gold. Spectre's able to take that one down. Just a bit of a whiff on their gank attempt towards mid. A lot of pressure there. Now here comes a hook shot. Connects on the creep. Now they go for TC. They're able to grab him with the cogs, and they finish him off. There's the setup. Guanzo could be in trouble next. Good pullback. Oh, almost couldn't get the blink off there. He wants her. He jumps again, but the salve is already used.
Right, Storm's in trouble here now too. Do they have any rotations? Yes, they do. Fluff's coming in. This is going to be the death of your Storm Spirit. Nope. Whiffed. But still they have the... Oh, the nice... Oh, they can go for this. There it is. Sonic Wave, the last hit. Nice magic swan. Keeping him alive.
Man, that's gotta sting. Fluff probably kicking himself for that one, just hoping that that Storm Spirit was just gonna go that straight path right to his open arms, but that was not the case. He just kind of does a quick right angle turn, and that impale will not be kidding. And with that, 747 is able to walk away with his life. Very thankful.
And, well, the one good thing is that Anti-Mage is free farming, right? And this is kind of what we were talking about. VoidBoys coming back into the game here when, you know, Root have the clear advantage in this early game. That's another 3K gold deficit brought back to 1,000. So, definitely having better rotations in this mid-early game right here from Root Gaming.
The nice thing for VoidBoys is they do manage to even things up, 5-5. They've been troubled before in their last game. Root Gaming were up and ahead, but they were persistent. Now they move in. It's a hook shot into his own illusion, but they can't get around the corner to get a connection on the Fluff, and they're going to be able to walk away. Unfortunate lead in there for Omega Poner, but we're getting closer and closer. Fluff is about to get his level 6. These level 6s are going to start coming together here. Zeus has got his, so you got your Thunder God's Wrath to add that little bit of extra global presence. So we got to remember, Ryu, there is global factor, but they're making it go into Fluff again on bottom lane. Carapace is going to be popped. Oh, he does not connect with that stun either, and they're going to be able to clean him up. It's going to be Rubik who gets the last hit. VoidBoys grab another one for themselves. Another unfortunate stun there for Fluff.
Yeah, he's playing really aggressive in these moments. Maybe they should just try to give him a lane, like middle lane, and just get 6 on him. Lion just got his 6, so Jason gonna be rotating over here.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
No, does he have a smoke coming out on the courier? No, he doesn't even have boots, man. This line is very poor. 12 minutes in, no boots or anything. Aye.
Yeah, it's going to be hard for him to find a little bit of that me time somewhere. No early, easy lane to go with. Top has been pretty much occupied from your Monkeys Forever Anti-Mage, who's second in net worth right now. But he continues to kind of build up, and he is going right for the Battle Fury as well. He's only one component away, very close to it.
Mid lane, they don't even need the hook shot.
Nice connection on the TC. Stun from Fluff. Connects on 2. They get him down, and the finger follow-up gets the return kill on the 747. Here comes the haunt now. They get Fluff. Now Omega Poner trying to head out through the side door. Big new connection there from your Rubik. Goes on the Guanzo. Gonna get healed up briefly. Turn back, scream right in the face of Clock, but then look at that cheeky little Fade Bolt from your Rubik. Gets the snag. Very nicely done. It ends up being a 4-for-3 trade. Their only
Top
survivor.
Right. Monkeys Forever gonna be getting a kill here.
Oh,
Solo Void.
Oh, he didn't want to go for it. Now he's gonna go for it. There it is. Okay. So 3 for 4 all day. As Monkeys Forever is able to get that one, but a big jump there.
Oh, that's in the tower range. Look at the ping bottom. Up, ba-doop.
Which one? This one? Oh, that.
It just died.
Right there. That was a bit of a sad ward. Sorry there, Rubik. But hey, VoidBoys come out pretty big there in the mid lane. Nice lead in. It's just all over the place. But 10-8 your score leading in. We're back even for net worth. Uh-oh. Potential deja vu here for Root. They don't want to afford to let so much go away here. VoidBoys, they're happy. They're going to be in a good spot.
Yeah.
We're slowly seeing the global come out, Ryu. I mean, you got your Thunder God's Wrath, you got your Haunt. There's lots of ways for them to contribute all over the place, even when they're not necessarily there.
Yeah, Omega just keeps playing out of his mind. He's probably going to find a hook shot on Jason here. They have a ward behind this tower spotting him out too. So if he comes up at all, like he could be in big trouble here. And well, they still haven't managed to get anything. But the problem is they found a way to keep... Oh, there's the hook shot for Jason. But top lane, though, they got a kill as well. So 1 for 1 on the board. But this mid tower could be traded, and I think definitely VoidBoys will be getting the better of this one.
Those were pretty much carbon copy pickoffs at the same exact moment. While mid lane, they're able to get a lead in hook shot and a follow-up there from 747 to take down the Lion. Top lane, it's a Vendetta led in from Fluff onto the Zeus, and they get their own follow-up. So support on top for support on mid, and they get the tier 1 mid lane for VoidBoys. So nice extra economy boost for them. Monkeys continues to kind of pressure here. He hasn't been able to get a lot of damage onto that tier 1 himself. And if we check base here on bottom, actually I don't want to go too far because look at Omega Poner here. Looking to come in. They get TC, they get a nice pull. Ern's already out, and they get him down. No! Immediate Yules trying to walk away with the cogs. They're going to be there. Nicely set up from Omega Poner. And now with a haste rune, 747 is going to say, see you later. Eats the scream, and could go down, will go down. Okay, they get the grab. They make it a 2 for 2. Monkeys Forever is now dominating as he gets a cleanup on the backhand side, taking out Omega Poner. And that was a quick rotation from both sides. The second that things broke out there. And it ends up being... yeah, it's just pretty much split down the middle.
2 for 2.
Yeah, everything.
Yeah, and your Storm went down. Storm and Clock for Lena and Nyx. I would say Root definitely coming out and way ahead. This will be a fast Vlad's for Monkeys Forever here. 16 minutes. And that's just going to skyrocket his farm. And, well, this is going to be looking very sketchy for VoidBoys. I mean, you could say, yes, they're up 2 kills here, but it's still not going to be looking too good for them. This time they have the Anti-Mage late game, and Anti-Mage definitely counters out all these heroes, so they haven't found a way to shut him down. He's got 126 last hits. I mean, nobody's even going to come close to that. Spectres has 50. I was going to say, that's like nothing, man.
She's definitely behind the quota she'd like to be at, and pales right now in comparison to Anti-Mage, so... she's got to take some time, but here's Rubik getting caught out. Duel set up. They don't need to commit any sort of ultimates. Just easy hit and run job right there onto your Rubik. And, well, they could anticipate wards could be thrown down thereafter. Spectre nearby just has to, unfortunately, watch it. Still trying to truck on and get that, you know, relic regardless at about 1,800 gold. This is going to be a pretty late-timed Radiance at this rate if... she can't seem to find any sort of easy farm. And there's just really nowhere to easily to farm. Even here in the bottom lane, Guanzo's constantly around. They're kind of in the dark. I mean, we look over the VoidBoys vision. They can't see anything in their own jungle. So it could be a bit sketchy. And she just has to kind of play very scared like this, hiding by the tower and hugging it. Doesn't know moments like this where you see Fluff nearby in Vendetta. Needs help from Zeus to kind of scout it out, and they will spot out the Fluff nearby potential initiation. But just constantly put on defense. Not where you want to be.
Well, I mean, they do have vision. This Zeus could be going down here. He has very little mana. 1 mana void from Anti-Mage should bring him down here. And yeah, Zeus is in no man's land. This is...
Ow. Okay.
I mean, he's going to try to save him. I don't know about that.
Oh, can't get it. Blinks past. There's the void, but it's still not enough. And as Monkeys Forever doesn't want to follow up, they turn their sights instead onto Omega Poner and blow him up with the Laguna. But yeah, they could get Spectre. Going to get healed up as the Haunt was there to help out with the top lane engagement. Now they're going to make a go and turn it around onto Guanzo, who's able to blink away to safety, but no, not going anywhere. 747 is able to just easily leap in there. No hope for a TP. And she goes down, and now they continue to move on and go right for this tier 1. Spectre would love to get this bit of gold. Was happy to participate in a bit of that bloodshed. They go for that tier 1 as Root go for the tier 1 top. Potential trade, though this tier 1 top is going to go down first. They could always TP and contest.
And,
Radiant's
well,
top tower is under
still,
attack.
that's Anti-Mage picking up this
Radiant
Josh, and now it's
structures
not
are
looking good. They
fortified.
dropped this. No, they didn't. They just dropped the word, and Fluff is a hunting. Fluff is a hunting. He could solo kill, I think, this Rubik, but it did just run out the Vendetta, so he's not going to have that. And surprisingly enough, Storm Spirit going for that
Radiant's top
Bloodstone,
tower
and
has
he's
been
got it now.
denied.
But
Now, it's
He can't
surprising because of the mana leak, right? Or the mana drain, rather, on Nyx Assassin. It ends up just kind of hurting him more. Or, like, just kind of go into a bit why this
Radiant's
Bloodstone
bottom tower
doesn't
is
seem to
under
be a
attack.
favorable pickup, where in most games it
Radiant
is.
structures are fortified.
yeah, this game, I mentioned it earlier in the cast, they're going to maybe deny bottom tower. No, they're not. And mid lane, Clockwork's going to get picked off first, though, here. And this is just not an optimal game. He's going to get initiated on. Jason's going to have a hard time here. He's going to get picked off. Zeus ulti, secure the kill. Can't run from heaven, but that's a chaos buyback on Clock. They really want to fight. They know they're doing Roshan. So, oh, lift on.
Pull back.
Well,
Steals the Impale.
Dire's top tower
That's very
is
nice
under
for your
attack.
Rubik. And yeah, it's a good inkling. Roche was down to about half life, and with that buyback, Root don't want to kind of hang around any longer, and VoidBoys kind of keep him in check. So I like the second I ask you a question, like fights break out everywhere. Don't make it easy at
you
all.
set me up. It's like doing a chat trivia or something, right when a fight's about to break. It's like, I didn't get to read the chat trivia. Why'd you do that to me?
Rip chat
But
trivia.
yeah,
He was able
it's kinda-
to
I
get a
kinda
charge
miss
on the
my stats.
Bloodstone.
yeah, he was. And to go back to your point, I mean, it's always a great item just to have for the respawn timer. You can get your HP up. You need more survivability, but against this lineup, you kind of need to go BKB still next, so he can't really go for that offensive stuff, and they're diving really hard. Guanzo is going to get hooked on Impale,
Got him.
but
Very nice follow-up there. This started as a smoking from Root, and it's quickly backfiring as they get two. They get it done very easily, and
Roche
VoidBoys
is
know
low,
they're
too.
going for Roche, and it's already so low. They're like, we're just going to take this over. They're going to move in and get it
but
going.
still, Storm has half mana. This could be very bad.
Monkeys, is he looking to commit onto this? He's on the high ground now. Gets a bit of vision. The Zeus ult's there. They scout it out. There's a mana void, but
That Bloodstone heal.
that Bloodstone certainly helps out. And now they follow forward. He's going to grab the Aegis and take it back. Now Monkeys Forever happy to duke it out, and then will quickly blink away. He's just happy to snag that Aegis and get the hell out of there. Clockwork was able to get that snag, taking down the Lion. So it's a 2-for-1 trade, but the Storm Spirit does go down, so he loses a couple of charges. But Root Gaming aren't going to lose too much. They worked very hard to hold on to that Roche, and they'll be able to walk away with the Aegis still in tow. Did they also get the last hit on it? Who got the last hit?
Yeah,
Dyer
they
did as
Monkeys
well,
Forever
so
did. Yeah.
nice.
And that's going to be his Manta style coming up pretty shortly here, and that's when it becomes scary for this Storm Spirit, this Clockwork, anybody, this Zeus even. So this Rubik's been playing really good this game so far. He has the ability to steal a lot of spells. He stole Spike Care, Impale, he stole Blink Dagger, made a lot of plays. So this is a great game for Rubik to make some big plays, but for him having to deal with this anti-mage, it's not going to be very fun on his side. And well, looking at this Spectre though, KotLGuy, that Radiance,
It's
very
coming.
close.
He's got the Relic and about 600 gold towards that precious little recipe. And that's when things get fun, and that's when people like Jason on the Lion get sad. Because they are just going to be eating a lot of burn damage, that Haunt. Luckily for him, though, he's got Mana Drain, so he can just quickly rid of the pesky little bugger. But it's still going to be a hard time. We'll have to see. As the Manta does complete here for Monkeys, he continues his grind, already building up 1k on top of it. But they do control a bit of momentum by having that Aegis. They have a tier 1 mid lane they could still go for. But for now, they're kind of taking it nice and slow. They continue making their farm happen. Agum's almost complete here for Guanzo on the Queen of Pain. Fluff, well, he's still just got his Tranquils and Soul Ring. Nothing really new on top of it. TC's got that Shadow Blade that we see picked up on Lena's and Quaps from time to time. Just favoring that little bit of initiation. But, you know, is it not awkward at all picking up something like the Shadow Blade? You're going against the Zeus. You know, is there really going to be huge opportunities to find kind of pickoffs in this game to make it valuable? I mean, It does add a
It
lot.
worked in the Roshan pit. He was able to initiate in, and they were able to get the kill. So I definitely think it worked out for them. He was able to set up a good light strike array, and it's definitely weird in this game. You need a BKB ASAP for Lina, but he wants to play really aggressive here. And I mean, she didn't get the Ags right, so her mana or an HP pool is not as high as it really needs to be. So it's definitely interesting to say the least, as well as you have to think about the Nyx Assassin too. They're also going to have sentry wards for him, and they're going to stun out Zeus, but is Fluff's kind of baiting here? I'm not exactly sure what, but yeah, his team's behind him.
No follow-up, though. They still got 2 minutes to go on this Aegis. They want to get some strong use out of it. They did manage to bring down that tier 1 mid. And Monkeys Forever is able to kind of build up 2,400 gold. We check back with our Spectre player, and that Radiance is complete. And here it comes. So that's a big pickup for her. Farm gets a lot better. And for Storm Spirit, he's going for that BKB. And he's got the Ogre Club already. It's not really a surprise. He needs it this game.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Yep. So this is the time where Spectre can really shine. And you can take out all the other heroes, focus the anti-mage last, and Fluff's going to be taken out here immediately.
Okay, they spot him out. They use the dust. TC tries to run with the Shadow Blade, but not going anywhere. That's a nice scream that does connect. Mana Void onto 747. He's got to run, but they quickly move on back. Omega Punter very low, going to be forced to TP back and away. The only 2 to go down for Root here. Monkeys Forever's got to go, and he's out. He does have that Aegis, but he doesn't want to expend it there, worried that maybe there'd be a chain reaction, a follow-up that he can't get away from. But it's a win nonetheless for VoidBoys, as they're able to take 2 and get about a 2k gold swing and even more XP on top of that.
Yep. Lina just immediately blows up there, and she's still going to go for the Ags. It's kind of questionable to say the least, just because she keeps on getting blown up in these team fights, and if she has a BKB, she's immortal. So that could be hurting them in the long run. Fluff is still trying to play really aggressive, and he can't solo kill the Storm Spirit, but he could slow him down a little bit from farming. He only has 2 in mana burn, so he needs to be a lot higher level. Only 20 seconds is the cooldown, and this should be the death of him. Fun.
They got
there
him.
we go.
They got him. That Vendetta was getting pretty low, but with a quick rotation coming in from both Jason and Guanzo, Storm Spirit hung around long enough for them to get that set up. And that is
Top
charges
lane.
down. But top lane, yeah, they're going behind the tower, considering to go onto your Mega Poner. He pops out the cogs, and quickly Monkeys Forever pulls back. That Aegis no longer in hand, as it will expire. He's just
He can play really aggressive on this Zeus. Zeus is looking like he's that aggressive.
He's like, I just want to go to the side shop and get my point booster. I got it. But here comes Spectre. Now moving in. That dispersion could do. Oh my! Whoa! Spectre's like, what the hell did I come into? He came into death. What a double kill there. Oh man, Spectre, that was not the right time to help out poor little Zeus.
All it takes, man, is 1 mana void, and the entire VoidBoys is gonna be annihilated.
I'm sure it didn't help that he bought a point booster just to give more mana that's not there. Made the mana void that much better. Oh man. He had to get it though, otherwise he wouldn't have had the gold for it, but that is just an unfortunate couple of events. And now just like that, they get the tier 2 top. They're adding pressure on the tier 2 mid. They'd already taken down the tier 2 bottom. Root Gaming just take it right back their way as they push past the 5k net worth advantage, about the same for XP. And they'll get even more on top of it with this tower takedown.
Yep. Steadily growing their lead here, and the Aegis did run out a minute ago, so we'll have to be waiting 2 minutes for that. But Monkeys Forever picking up his butterfly now, and they have nothing to really deal with that. They can't even turn him into a piggy. They don't have a line of their own. They don't have any hexes on the way. Storm Spirit is forced to go to this BKB, but with this Storm having the BKB in these next team fights, that could be very helpful. And looking at TC still going for the eggs, but he's been farming efficiently here. Only 5-5 this game, but he's had a lot of hate from Omega. It just goes to show you that Omega's been on his game today.
He really has. It definitely showed there in game number 2. He's finding a lot of solid setups, but things have become a bit troublesome right now for VoidBoys, especially after those kind of engagements. And They end up losing a lot more than they had anticipated. And it's not going to get any easier now that that butterfly is going to be in hand. Looks like 747 will be able to head out. That's going to be his BKB now picked up. We'll have to see how much use he can really get out of it here. Because Root Gaming, here they come towards the mid lane. What am I talking about? I am just crazy. I'm looking at VoidBoys as if they're going towards mid lane. VoidBoys stepping back. They're going to smoke up and head the other way. And this feels like one of those points where they need to get a couple of kills their way. They can't allow themselves to kind of get backed into a corner, not comfortable going out, finding farm anywhere, starving. They need food. They need that nourishment. And it's Omega Poner who's going to lead out the charge here. Could get Fluff. There's going to be scouted. Follow up with the hook shot. They'll get him. All right. Somewhat smoke successful as they do get something from it. It's a support Nyx assassin, but it's something. Every little bit does count. If you don't believe me, you can look at the numbers here. 1,200 XP and nearly 1K gold just for that little support takedown. And they'll be able to follow it up with a tier 1 tower. So a lot more going back their way.
And, well, let's check on that Roshan. Oh, DD being picked up by Quap. Her next item is going to be a BKB here. I agree with this. And, well, fun. Deciding to go for that Ghost Scepter, realizing that, well, he just placed 2 wards. No, wait, no, never mind. That one's expiring. I'm being tripped out right now. But Lion picking up that Ghost Scepter here, hoping to survive the Spectre initial Hanan. You can also survive the Storm Spirit initially zipping around, because even though a lot of the magic damage from Storm Spirit comes in, if he can't hit you, he's not doing the overloads. He can only hit you with the remnants. So it allows him to tank up a little bit more too. And I do agree that he shouldn't be going for the Blink Dagger this game, because you're against a Zeus, you're against a Spectre.
Yeah.
So.
There's no way you're going to get a blink off, because if anyhow, VoidBoys lead in with that Zeus, with that Haunt. There's no point even having the 2250 item. And just like that, it would be on cooldown. Their only hope would be that if they have Jason as the initiator to kind of lead out the front and get the quick blink and hex before any of that stuff happens, but just with how we've seen things, it's more like Fluff setting things up, or your Guanzo, Queen of Pain, or even TC on the Lina, the Shadow Blade, who kind of get things started. So it's not really necessary. And now your Lion with something defensive like a Ghost Scepter can kind of hang around these fights a bit longer, and that means that extra Hex or that extra Impale to kind of help out. And now they're going to go back for the Roche once more here. Monkeys pings it out, uses that DD, and goes right to work. And it doesn't look like VoidBoys, though they do ping out. They're in the area. I don't think there's anything they can do about it. This Roche is actually almost dead already.
Yep. And we'll see if Monkeys Forever wants to wait for the Aegis to expire to buy his next item, or if he's going to go for something. I assume the Abyssal Blade's going to be his next option here. And then probably sell his Vlads for a heart. And he should be ready to go. He doesn't need a BKB this game, so this anti-mage is going to be scary, having free reign to do whatever he wants. Looking at his net worth, KotLGuy, I don't even want to say it, so just tremble
I'll say
at
it for you. It's nearly freaking 24K, and the next closest is 747, but he is about 10K behind that. That's like 2 complete items. That's rough. 747 does have 2K saved up. He hasn't even been able to use his BKB yet in anything. Oh, top lane, they're going to make a go. Spectre, and she goes down. It's a lot of dispersion. Hey, I know. The dispersion just blows right back in their face, but even if he does go down, it's a well-worth exchange, and they just followed up with another grab. They get Mega Poner, and your clockwork goes down. Root Game quickly annihilate 2, and they could maybe add some pressure right towards the base. I mean, with 2 down and an Aegis, that's high ground formula, but they still have to push out these lanes. Mid lane's pushed in pretty deep, so they're just going to begin to strut their stuff back towards the VoidBoys side. But things are crumbling before the Radiant. They're going to have to find some sort of way to get themselves back into this. Leaning back onto high ground.
Do they need a buyback here on Spectre? 20 seconds here. Anti-Mage sold something. There it is. The completed Abyssal Blade. Oh, mamma mia.
this is going to be a lot of hate. And even that BKB, 10 seconds full for your 747, it ain't going to matter when that blade comes out. It looks like for now, Root Gaming are going to take it a bit slow here. It's a pretty big match. Final one of this best of 3. You want to make sure you can win this and secure going into the finals of this qualifier. And they're coming from a long ways out. You know, Root Gaming had to play through a pre-qualifier, then the qualifier, just to hope to get into the actual group stage, and then make it to the finals. So, I mean, it would be one hell of a Cinderella story if Root Gaming can make it all the way.
Right.
It is possible. We'll just have to see.
Yeah, it's definitely looking good on the back of Monkeys Forever here. 8-0 so far on his anti-mage. Still has the Aegis to work with. I'm wondering if they want to do the high ground push here or anything, because they still have 2 minutes left on the Aegis. We'll have to see what they want to do. Bottom lane, though, got blink out, but this is Abyssal Blade. It'll be in time, and Zeus will be taking the fall.
Oh my god, that was vicious. There's Abyssal to the mouth, and then 4 right clicks later, he is dead. Buyback is available for your Zeus. They got about 2 minutes left on this Aegis to get something done if they want. They have yet to kind of come together here, but Fluff stalking, coming in from behind with Vendetta. Omega Poner could be in trouble. We'll scout him out, but there's no help nearby yet. Long teleport jump there from 747. He makes it out and away. And it looks
Here
like
comes
he'll be safe, but, yep, he's going in. And he gets a brief bash onto Omega, but he will be able to get the cogs out. Walk away for now. Monkeys isn't going to commit the secondary blink for more hits. But that just kind of shows that Root Gamer are kind of bullying back VoidBoys into their base.
Well, they're just being crowd on their side of the map. Now we have some anti-mana burn coming out from the enemy team. VoidBoys picking up the Diffusal Blade on Spectre. So not going for that hard heart, just going for that casual vitality booster, helping him out. And this will be really good. This will increase his damage output by at least double, I would say. Having that mana burn on these heroes like Nyx Assassin, Quap, all these intelligence-based heroes is definitely where you want to be. Too bad they don't have a mana void on their own side. That could be very helpful against all these heroes. So even if VoidBoys do come back in this game, I'm still really worried about the later stages of the game where just like one mana void and all of VoidBoys is going to just evaporate.
Yeah, that forces them to make sure they don't get too clumped up. There's your long jump in from Storm Spirit. Oof.
Man, if Lena was right there,
yeah,
that would have.
You got to be careful, buddy.
1 sec. That was 1 second from being a disaster.
Get a quick Yules, hell, an Abyssal or anything, you could be in trouble. But they're desperate to keep this pressure back and away from the base, so I certainly understand it. And that is going to be an expired Aegis here for Monkeys, so they weren't able to kind of move into the high ground at all with it, but they're definitely in good standing. So with that, they'll just keep pressure up. They'll keep taking this is more farm they're getting across the whole map as they just kind of work through the VoidBoys jungle. VoidBoys, you know, they're together, and any little bit of farm they have to hand over to their golden Spectre here, and it just ain't easy, because they have to also be by her side. They want to make sure she doesn't get jumped or caught out. And there will be the Thunder God's ult. And all they're going to see is that mostly VoidBoys are here at the bottom lane, adding little bits of pressure here and there. I mean, I don't know if Root want to take it nice and easy and actually wait out for the next Aegis, but, you know, that could be the case.
We'll see what they want to do. They'll probably do that. They have the heart almost up on Monkeys. It'll be this next creep wave as long as he doesn't die, which there's no way he can die. Feels like he is an immortal. Nyx Assassin Fluff's going on the hunt with the haste rune. He's got a gem too. That's the one bad thing about VoidBoys. They're trying to do a lot of the scouting with Zeus, but still that doesn't really help if you're not on your ball with the scouting at any. You can't scout the Nyx Assassin the whole entire time. That's what I'm trying to say. So it's very unlikely that you're gonna find Nyx Assassin if you don't have a gem. So it would be nice to see them have that. Maybe get some of the map, the vision on their side, but still Root don't have any wards, aggressive wards, and that's that's all Zeus, right? Because he's able to de-ward it out. But
Mm-hmm.
still having this gem for this Nexus is going to be very crucial in these team fights.
Zeus finally decides to head back to his base, as it's now Root pushing out the push mid. VoidBoys will push out the other 2 lanes as best as possible. See Spectre continues to farm it on up. Needs to hold a bit of that gold for that precious buyback, but would love to be able to put together a heart as well. But it's just going to take a lot of extra time before she can get to that point, because the wards keep coming down here. They're able to get the one up here on the high ground, but that might not be there for very long with that Jeb still in hand from Fluff. Looks like Zeus was able to finish out his Agnum Scepter now, so he gets a bit of a damage boost and uses it right away. Which all they'll see is that, you know, still Root continue to farm. They're going to just play this very passive and go for the Roche. And they'll hope it's a small timer. VoidBoys, they'll hope it's a long one so that they can get even more time to build up and itemize for a proper defense. Because at this point, you know, there will be a little bit of that rubber band to go back the other way. I mean, with a 12k net worth lead and about the same for XP, one good high ground defense could help them out, certainly.
All right. Let's look at this. 23-21, 40 minutes in here. It doesn't feel like the score is that close considering how far of a lead they have. 12,000 net worth on Root Gaming side. And, well, Anti-Mage is 6-slotted. The only thing left for him to really do is maybe sell out his Battle Fury. I don't think he needs to. You can always get the Refresher. That's his 7th item slot here. You can swap it for 1 item. Uses it double Abyssal, double Manta, double Void, Mana Void. And especially against this lineup of double Mana Void on anyone, it feels like it could be very scary. So VoidBoys need to be on their tippy toes here. What's going to keep them in this game is this Lincoln Sphere. If they can cast it on somebody before the Mana Void comes off, it could be great. Could be amazing play coming in from 747. So he's invincible. As long as he casts the BKB, the Anti-Mage can't Abyssal Blade him down. And, well, Storm Spirit, though, he really needs to get this Sheep Stick, and he's about like 5,000 gold away, or 4,000, and he still needs buyback to work with. So I'm very scared for them still locking down this Anti-Mage in the late game.
It's definitely going to be tough.
Oh,
okay.
He got the hook.
Hook on the Fluff. They scout him out after the Thunder God's Wrath. Fluff could be in trouble here. Yeah, you're not TPing away. There's the telekinesis, and he does go down, and that's a gem on the deck as well. It's going to be snagged up there from Omega Poner. Nice victory for them. Another 1k gold their way and about 1,700 XP. But all the meanwhile, Roche does come up. And look at this. It's Monkeys Forever going for it. They'll scout it out with a rocket, but they will not be able to be there to help out. So this is now an Aegis in hand for Root Gaming. And it was just a support Nyx, so he's up in about 20 seconds. And Root Gaming will try to put a lid on this game and on this series and take out VoidBoys from RedBull Battlegrounds. VoidBoys, they're fighting for their life in this tournament. So they're going to give it everything they got. They're not looking to tap out quickly. They still have all of their tier 3s, all of their racks. They're not at any sort of base disadvantage yet. I mean, it's going to be a big comeback factor. Even if they win a big defense, they have tier 2s to still break through on the side of Root. And it's just going to be a real steep hill to climb. But we've seen a lot of comebacks in a lot of Dota games. You really never know.
The no boots Anti-Mage, it's too much, Dakota. They can't fight it. They can't fight it.
I'm coming in with my cheese. And now he starts going on to this tier 3. And TC helps out. They're able to bring down that tier 3. And now Raxes are going to be exposed. Spectre's still at the top lane, waiting before she has to use the Haunt. Could be coming at any moment if they want to try to save these racks. But Monkeys Forever is confident. He moves forward. He gets one down. You know, Root playing patient. They're not looking to kind of move in there together. There's the force forward into the cogs. Now the telekinesis pull back thereafter, and that's not going to be enough. Looks like Monkeys is going to be able to get to both racks, and they've been cleared out. The first real significant base damage has been done, and it's for Root. And more VoidBoys, they just kind of have to sack it for now. They don't get Spectre involved whatsoever. She's been farming out the jungle side up here. She's just trying to maybe finish out a heart and get a buyback. But that's like their big hope right now.
Oh,
And,
they just missed the hook shot.
Good
Dire's
shot.
top
I think he
tower
would've
is
died.
under attack.
They were trying to go on the TC. He had Aegis though, so Storm could have zipped in, but I think they would have all ended up dying there. So I think that was counting your lucky stars for me at least, and VoidBoys kind of dodged a bullet there.
Well, here we go. Root Gaming, they still feel confident, especially after taking down that mid lane. Now they're going to make a go for bottom. I mean, this time, VoidBoys do need to consider pulling out a defense, and they'll lead off by smoking. Is this going to be a flank play? It might be. They're creeping out. They got to know. I mean, Root Gaming are coming in from the bottom.
We haven't talked about this yet, but it could happen right now. If Fun is about to get his Blink Dagger, they can pop the smoke immediately. Oh, they should have popped it before, so it didn't take this damage on in.
Big jump in. They get the BKB. They're trying to make a go at least on the line. They get him down, but it's a stun on the opponent, and they're able to get the first life down from TC. But here comes Monkeys Forever, charging on in. A two-man drop from Root. That's both supports. There's the Abyssal. 747 moves in. There's the Void. They take the Spectre down. Does have buyback ready, but they've also lost TC. So Monkeys has got to get back. Not looking to use the cheese quite yet. And when the dust settles, it's a 3 for 2. 3 if you do count the buyback there from your Clockwork. A respectable defense coming out from VoidBoys. They don't lose a tier 3. Only goes out about half. And that is the Aegis from Root Gaming.
Yeah, all they really need to do from Root Gaming is just smoke and make Zeus pop his ulti. Have Monkeys Forever bottom lane. He's got Abyssal bladed up. No, and it should be fine.
Just a
He's
casual
got
bash. Yeah. Unfortunately, still on cooldown for that Abyssal. Still has the cheese.
Still has the Lincoln Sphere.
There's a telekinesis lift, but a little bit of harassment.
Oh,
Oh,
bash
man.
flag.
Okay. Oh, whiff on the screen. It's okay. It's an Agnum, so we'll have it up soon. But lost that opportunity to get the easy pick onto Rubik. He narrowly makes it out. Monkeys is still here. Knows that Spectre is not looking to buy back as it's only about 10 seconds time. Force forward into Cogs. Telekinesis. Back into the Cogs maybe again. Nope. Stolen Laguna. Not that much damage. Hook shot locks him in place. He can't get the cheese off if he's stuck there. He gets it off again. I say again because it's a bit of a repeat from what he did on the Jug in Game 1. He managed to get all of his life and mana back once more. He has about 9k gold saved up, and they get the tier 3 this time. Now with Spectre back up, though, they don't want to risk getting anything further, and they pull back and away. VoidBoys really making them work for it, though, in this one.
And whew, a lot of close calls here, man. These mini bashes are giving me heart attacks. KotLGuy. I just feel like they're just gonna die instantly from this anti-mage, but here he goes, boots of travel. And whoa, BKB, there you go. Yeah, he's just gonna siege the high ground now, and that's a very good item pickup.
What is he dropping for the BKB?
No, he's just gonna keep it. He's just gonna.
Oh, for the buyback. Okay.
Right,
Yeah.
he's gonna bots in with buyback if he needs to. So it's really well played here, and this should be another easy Rax. And here comes the smoke, right? This is what they really needed to do last time. You will not be affected by the Zeus ulti. And this will be great initiation. All their Blink Daggers now will be in effect. They only have one, but still. Oh, Omega.
Oh,
no.
Cogs are there. As the smoke does pop. Fluff could go down immediately. Abyssal, meanwhile, onto the Spectre. That's going to go down. Has to buy back now. Uses the haunt. Looks to go on in. Can they keep Root Gaming at bay? They force him back and away. And it looks like it's just going to be Root just kind of getting recomposed here. As they got a nice two-person takedown and force the buyback out from Spectre here.
Yeah, that's very big. There's no haunt now, too. That's huge. And Clockwork has no buyback as well. This is looking very bad. Storm might have to give up his life here or something. He's got to do some amazing heroics.
He's not using his BKB. Doesn't want to use it. Jumps in, now uses it after the Manta's been popped. 747 could be in trouble. There's a big screen, connects on both. Big Mana Void helps finish him off. Storm Spirit has buyback, will use it. Comes in from the fountain, goes right for TC. There's the pullback. Plus the Thunder God's Wrath helps burst him down. Now Monkeys Forever is going to be forced to step it away, but 747 not looking to let him go. He hops on out. Doesn't want to be forced to use this buyback, but he might have to. There's a telekinesis pullback. Could be towards Spectre. They could get the finish. He's able to get the blink, and there's the follow-up. 747 is able to take him down. Guanzo will make it away. Oh, very close. But not close enough. Makes it out. They finally bring down that pesky anti-mage. They get a bit of a bounty for themselves. Certainly a lot of XP. But it's still Root Gaming looking good. They're not going to have to use these BKBs. And Roche has still got plenty of time. VoidBoys would love to have been able to maybe sneak a Roche within this window, but still got more time.
And that was 2 buybacks on your course, the Storm and the Spectre. So this is looking very good for Root Gaming, especially on the high ground. As you were mentioning, they just need to go high ground again, like that, smoke again. And with these buybacks on cooldowns, with this, they should be able to break it, and they weren't able to force the AM buyback, as you were saying, and that's the biggest thing for me right now. AM still having that buyback is a big win for Root Gaming here, and they should be able to easily siege the bottom lane again. Glyph is down, and well, that should be 2 Rexes. They even could wait for the Roshan, which we will see spawning here shortly.
Oh, look at this. VoidBoys know that the potential for Roche to spawn is anytime soon. So they're going to head that way. It's a pretty low timer, but they need about another minute before it actually spawns. They go right through to Root Gaming Secret Shop. Guanzo's nearby. And a courier. Oh, long jump into the bottom. They're making it go on the fluff here. And there's going to be a medium mana link. Pops out the Lincoln's Laguna and Finger. They get the Storm Spirit down. Now comes Guanzo. BKB going to be popped for him. Spectre moves in. Going to get Yules up. Scream connects on both. Spectre looking to run. Nice stolen Scream on the return. Helps finish off Jason. Your line will go down. Now they hunt on forward and they get the pop onto the Spectre. Both Storm and Spectre are going to be out. No buyback. Poor little Rubik here. Stuck on the side. It's going to be pinged out, but they have bigger things. They want to go right back towards VoidBoys base and finish this series out. Oh, man.
Yep,
that looked good at first for
questionable
VoidBoys, but, yeah, the follow-up was just there, and there was not much they could do.
He went in without a BKB. He didn't instantly Scythe the Vice, the Nyx Assassin, and that cost him very heavily. So trying to going on that Nyx Assassin, get that Spike Carapace off, and that was an easy turnaround. I mean, now that's the lane of Rax gone. Spectre down for 60 seconds. The other people will be up here, but are they going to back off from Root Gaming, or are they going to keep going here? It looks like Monkeys Forever will back out. They'll just take this Roshan, and then VoidBoys are looking very desperate now. I mean, these buybacks hurt your item progression. We see a Yasha only on Spectre right now. Storm Spirit has his Sheep Stick, but still down to 6 Bloodstone charges by playing that aggressive, man. It's not looking good.
Now 2 sets of racks taken apart. Root Gaming, step back. We'll get the Roche. We'll get the Aegis. And VoidBoys will be fighting for their life. They'll have everyone up and ready to go. But as far as buybacks go, they still need more time. Your Spectre 2 minutes, and your Storm needs 3. So this is potentially the final hurrah here. Root Gaming even smoking up just to kind of hustle there as fast as possible. And it looks like they're going to actually go towards the bottom. Maybe they're just going right for tier 4s at this point. Or maybe just pushing this lane back. Let's see. But VoidBoys will fight as long as they can here. This is their Red Bull Battlegrounds tournament life. They don't want to hand anything over easy. Jump in, Lincoln's pop, immediate Hex, follow-up, and Air Spike. Nice setup there. They could get him out. Okay, that's it. 747's got to go, and he doesn't get anything. Fluff will go down. The Stolen Scream used once more. He steals it again. And there's going to be the Yules up on the Spectre. Okay, nice BKB. Avoids out the stun, but even though they take down TC, who does have the Aegis, Monkeys jumps in. Cogs pushes them back, set up from Omega Poner. They round the corner. Looks like they're going to head up and go right for the Megas here. Storm out of the picture makes it a little bit easier. Telekinesis up on the Monkeys Forever. They'd have to take him down twice because he could still buy back, trade out for Boots of Travel, and get right back into the fight. And it looks like after taking down the T3, Root Gaming going to pull back a little bit here. They still got 30 seconds. before Storm Spirit does come back. Meanwhile,
Look at these 4 wagons on the other side, Dakota.
It's like
They could
Warcraft here.
potentially yeah, playing defense of the I don't know, a tower
defense of the racks,
tower
please.
defense.
Fluff, help out. He's able to get there to help out,
But Buckets forever though. Look, he's doing it. He's gonna get the.
okay,
well,
jump
nice
in,
hook shot
Poner. No, not gonna be able to catch him. They get 1 Rex. And Monkeys quickly jumps back. There's going to be the blink stolen here for Rubik. A double blink ready to go. And Ru Gaming, they're not looking to finish it quite yet. They step back and they will farm up as Storm Spirit is back now. They are just grinding it out, tooth and nail at this point. 1 more rack separates Ru Gaming from clenching Megas and potentially the series.
Well, this is not looking good. Monkeys Forever gonna go for the backdoor play here with the Invis rune. This is all over. No fortify.
All right, and it's Megas. that was not as dramatic as an ending as we were gonna hope. He's just like a sneaky little play, and he got it done, and that is very sad, unfortunately, for VoidBoys. Now, they still don't want to tap out. They'll fight as long as they can. They're gonna make Root Gaming work for it. But now with Megas, it ain't going to be easy. I mean, what do you do if you're VoidBoys? Do you just get together and just push down a lane, or do you just hope that maybe Root Gaming, when they get too impatient and try to end the game, you go for a finish?
Well, you need a Vlad's, right? And probably Mask of Madness on all of your heroes to hold this high ground. And Zeus is pretty great for this, right? You can just arc lightning creeps all day. He's got a soul ring. He's got a lot of mana to sustain. They've had Fable, you know, knock down those enemy creeps from their damage. So constant Radiance burn too could be okay. Storm can always zip back to the fountain. I mean, you could definitely look and say this is there's a possibility, but with Anti-Mage having buyback, Queen of Pain to Lena, all these buyback bots, you need to get through 10 lives, it feels like. And Anti-Mage just counts as like 3 lives right now.
Yeah.
He's 13-1. They've only brought him down once, but that took about a year to do, so.
Well, we'll see. Root Gaming head right back towards VoidBoys territory. They're ready to end this. Mega's already done. Storm doing his part, constantly jumping on forward and TPing back to keep everything at bay. But here they creep on in. There was a sentry ward. Oop, whiff on the stun to go on the Spectre. Follow up. There's a hook shot. Oh, they're trying to get Fluff here. And there's a BKB as he makes a committed go onto Guanzo. Storm's got to go out. Scream connects. He makes it back to base. Monkey's trying to get it with the Void. Couldn't connect. Now here we go. Monkey's going to get lifted up, pulled back. Manta going to be there to follow. Omega Poner could be in trouble. There goes the jump in. Nice Hex on the Monkeys. They could get him. Spectre's able to get a double kill, and they get Monkeys down. An immediate buyback for him. Is he TPing in? He trades off, goes for the boots of travel.
Oh, the creep. Oh, he's got it.
Comes
and
back to
Spectre
bottom.
going down.
Oh, doesn't get Spectre.
Yeah, Spectre's dead. Spectre has
Oh,
buyback.
it did go down. Oh, man.
It just looked really weird, too. I feel you. It kind of like, what just happened? And, well, they're holding here. I mean, they still have buyback on Spectre. And well, there's a bash. And if Monkeys Forever goes down here again, this could be a comeback, but
Spectre's
still
not
have
using
mana
his
void.
buyback yet. Wants to hold it. For now, it looks like. But Monkeys is still adamant about pushing in. Making a go for Poner here. He's the lone warrior here for Root Gaming to finish it out. Gets the one-man kill. That's a buyback. Now they're turning it on the Monkeys. This is a dieback if he does go down. He's out. 2 minutes. Now there's a long way for them to fight back, and they'd have to do it through the top lane. But they're battling through Megas to get there. So this might be delaying a bit. But, hey, it's one hell of a defense coming out from VoidBoys. They're making them work for it.
Oh, yeah. It's like, all right, this is the strategy right now. You have your Zeus just defend, and he needs to buy bots. Yeah, there we go. Storm Spirit, I think, needs to go down middle lane right now. He needs to just go with Rubik. Zeus should be the only one defending the base right now. And you have to get this tier 2 tower still. You have to fight through Fortify and probably buybacks from the other heroes. So this is not looking too good if they just keep dilly-dallying. But you also have to think, At any time, Root Gaming can Boots of Travel in and do their own split push and try to go for the throne here. So this is going to be very interesting to see if Lena does bots in here.
All right. It's a small glimmer of hope here. While they do this, Fluff is trying to be a nuisance, creeping these Megas back into the base side. There's still one more tier 4 to take down. Zeus is able to kind of get a bit arc lightning and bring him back to the fountain. And here come the Void Boys, now down mid. Look who's sneaking in from behind. It's Guanzo.
He's got a refresher and a Hex and a BKB. This is a lot of potential damage. You really need to shut down this Rubik first, I feel like. Guanzo, all he needs to do is pick off his... Oh, he was tried, but...
Jason moved in, Ghost, but he does go down. Sonic Wave, refresher Sonic Wave. We'll have a secondary BKB to go, and Monkey's is going to be back.
DC's down here. He's going to TP out. They don't have an Abyss or anything. So.
Nope.
Oh, Mega, if he was there, that could have been a kill.
A little too late. And they have to pull back. The dream of making the push down mid lane is not going to be happening here. And it looks like they just have to hope for another good, strong defense and take Monkeys down once more. But he is certainly back and ready to go. All right, man. Here we are. 1 hour in. Probably not going to have much of a break before this series and the next one again. But these teams, they know how to really grit it out as long as possible.
Yep. And who can blame them, right? I mean, they're still looking good. Spectre can hold the base. They can always push as 4, have Spectre haunt in and do stuff. So it's not over yet, but that was their best window of opportunity, right? And I don't know if they're going to get another amazing chance like that in this game, because Root Gaming can just stall this out for the next 10 minutes. Wait for buybacks, wait for
Roche too, yeah.
Do anything, man.
I mean, Roche is up in about 30 seconds. I mean, it wouldn't hurt to kind of check it out. Get that extra life. It would make things a lot easier. But, hey, Void Boys, they've been keeping these mega creeps at bay. I guess if you want to look at the bright side of things. They're still a tier 4 with about half life to help out. And they also dish out the Thunder God's Wrath. They'll see that Root are coming in from the south side. But if they kind of move into this pit, TC's going to go in there. He could just miss this. Oh, goodness. Moves in, moves out. Now Roche will spawn. Aw. And if maybe Fluff will peek it. Maybe Fluff will peek at it.
Where's Fun's boots? But what's going on here? What am I watching?
That is a bootless lion.
Where his tranquils go?
I don't know.
Can somebody educate me?
I don't know. He must have.
I'm very
dropped
uneducated.
them at some. I don't know.
Oh, they're right here. Wait, no, that's an Oblivion staff. What?
I don't know.
All right.
He sold them for a blink, I guess.
Well, he's got Oblivion staff, so he's definitely has more farm now with that than the Tranquil boots, so he's doing fine.
All right. Well, it's tower defense here for Void Boys as they continue to try to keep all these megas at bay over and over again. Now Root Gaming have an Aegis. And they're going to go back once more. Here we go. And Monkeys is at that point. He's got an 8th slot refresher orb. Back at home.
Yeah, I thought he would get this sooner, but it's a great item just to have. You just refresh after you use your BKB, your Abyssal, Manta, Mana Void, die, and just come back into the team fight, because it seems like he's just going to leave it at home. And there we go. Boots being flown out from the courier. Woo, let's go.
Victory boots for Jason on the way. All they need.
Help is on the way.
That's all they needed to end this
Can't
one.
sing, but.
Okay, here they go. Come on. Monkeys forever. He's been the man for Root Gaming so far. And for Void Boys, how much time has been passed? We have a buyback on your Storm. We need about another minute 30 before Spectre could buy back, and I don't think she'll get that kind of time because Root Gaming are already in the base now. Long jump in. They're going for the pull on the TC. Not able to get the BKB off. That's just the Aegis. Oh, man, they just annihilate 747. Now, he does have a buyback. He's going to make the jump from the fountain once more. All the way out. TP's back. No, he waits. He's going to hold there. But they are able to get the kill onto the Rubik. Now comes the haunt from the Spectre. Tier 4 very low. They're eating lots of damage. Able to get a killing spree as he takes down both supports once again. Monkeys Forever steps out. This is just too risky right now. Doesn't want to lose again and be stuck on the sidelines for another 2 minutes plus. But their Tier 4 does go down. It's a throne exposed. Root Gaming, they are just going to wait this one a bit. Don't want to get too excited about ending it out. Because they lost that Aegis fast.
Right. And they're just kind of waiting for Monkeys Forever just to heal up with the heart here. Now they're going to be going back in, I think, maybe when the Abyssal Blade comes up from Monkeys Forever. He also has the Mana Void in 10 seconds. That's a very big thing to have. If they can do the same thing they did with Storm in that last time, it'll be hurting him. And it looks like... Where's everybody else? Kwanzaa had to go back to base, so he's coming now. I mean... This is just feels like, how are they able to hold the Megas just so well, man? This Zeus is just doing work.
He's doing a good job kind of corralling them and bringing them back into the fountain here. But here we go. Monkeys Forever does have a buyback now, so he can afford to get a bit excited. He moves in, gets a few jabs onto the throne, pulls back. Refuels a Mega Poner, now the committed jump onto TC. TC will go down. They found a way to easily get him. Abyssal on to 747, eating a lot of right-click and Mana Burn. They commit, they make the jump. Could finish him off. There's no Mana Void there to help out. Now they get the Hex on the Monkeys Forever. Sonic Wave comes out from Guanzo on the northeastern part. And a quick jump back from Fluff saves them, and they get the kill. They annihilate Monkeys Forever. He's going to buy back now. He's going to have to trade out items if he wants to get the boots of travel to get back there. And he looks like he will do it.
Too.
And he refresher, so he'll have a second BKB, a second Manta, and a new Mana Void. Goes in. The Abyssal going to be used. Gets it on the Spectre, but it's still not enough. Now a jump back. They're going for Guanzo. Monkeys wants the throne. Nice stun. They kick out the Storm Spirit. He goes down. No buyback for him. Spectre moves in, wants to clear out the Lion. We'll get him. But their base is getting attacked. Rubik goes down. Spectre moves in. Going to get stunned up. They're going to get it. Finally. Monkeys Forever helps in finishing it out. Root Gaming will take this series. One hell of a fight at the end, but as long as VoidBoys wanted to defend, just was not enough. Root Gaming had to really wait it out to just get the right amount of buybacks ready to go. But man, they have finally done it. And they will be moving forward. Whew.
There was so much fighting, kiting in that game, man. I was having a hard time just keeping up with anything that was going on. There was Force Staffs everywhere, Blinks, Storm Spirit, Clockworks going in all over the place. You know, it just goes to show you with buybacks at the end of the game. Obviously, they win Dota games, and it was just too far behind. They didn't have a Fortify up. Still couldn't bring down Monkeys Forever that last time. Easy Mana Void at the end there, sealing the deal with Storm Spirit. Him not having buyback was really good, but hey, Root Gaming played really well this game, and props to them for moving on. And well, VoidBoys did make it very entertaining, though.
Yeah, and you know, props to VoidBoys. They made it through this far. I believe they did have to, you know, battle their way. They took out Leviathan 2-0 to get here, but it's Root Gaming who had to battle all the way from the pre-qualifier that are now going to be moving into the finals of this qualifier, where they will await and see who is going to be the winner of our next series between Union Gaming and Complexity. That series is actually scheduled to start right now. We are 1 minute past schedule, so well, looks like we're not going to get a break, and we're just going to keep on trucking forward for more Dota action. I am excited. Let's do it. So I won't delay things any further. Folks, stick around if you want to show some love and support. Go ahead and hit that follow button here for Beyond the Summit. I am KotLGuy. Catch me on my Twitter at KotLGuy. And Ryu Boris. Catch him on his Twitter at RyuBorisDota. And we'll be back in a few moments for our next series of Union Gaming taking on Complexity.